Have you read the Dresden Files yet? One of my favorite series out there, probably the best urban fantasy that exists. You haven't read it yet? Let me talk to you about this some today. Hi, I'm Jim. I'm with Fantasy for the Ages, the show where a father and son talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things that we enjoy. Just Jim here today, a quick take episode bringing to you 5 simple signs that you might not enjoy the Dresden Files. I love the Dresden Files, but you're not me. Not everybody gets this stuff. My son is reading the Dresden Files right now, and he's got some issues with it. I'm drawing on that for part of what I'm going to bring here to you today. Let me give you some reasons that you might not like the Dresden Files, and then you can judge for yourself. Number 1. You like a hero who is a paragon of virtue, the moral center of your story, the one everyone else looks up to. Yeah, the focus of the Dresden Files is Harry Dresden, and while I totally love the guy's got some issues. He does have a solid moral base, but it's really deep down buried. And staying true to his core values, well, that's easier said than done, and honestly, he'll do some really questionable things to accomplish what he thinks he's supposed to do. Honestly, the guy compromises whenever the stakes require it to finish the job. He also fudges on promises, he ducks obligations, and bullies his way through any situation where he feels the end justifies the means. Again, Harry's going to get his job done. Don't stand too close when he's working at it, or you're going to learn the meaning of collateral damage firsthand. And he probably won't even stop to apologize. Okay, number 2. You love to escape to a fantastical realm in the stories you read. Perhaps you even love that stereotypical medieval Western European setting. This series, well, most of it takes place in the magical Midwest metropolis that is known as Chicago. I was born and raised in Chi-Town. Fantastical realm? It is not. While it has its merits, don't get me wrong, Chicago people, don't come at me. But come on, admit it. Chicago's kind of sort of the place that causes you to read stories that help you escape to somewhere else. Mind you, there are, thankfully, some other settings involved in the Dresden Files. It's not all in Chicago. We even get to the supernatural world of the Fae more and more as the series goes along, but Chicago itself remains at the root of the story ever and always. All right, number 3. Perhaps you appreciate well-defined lanes of protagonists and antagonists. Holy crap, run away now. Just turn around, don't look back. The Dresden Files will not be for you. Because no one is clearly defined here. The good guys are bad guys. The bad guys are good guys. And there are so many degrees of gray that I've gained a full new appreciation of that color. Even the best possible characters can flip a story upside down with their actions here. And the most irredeemable scoundrels that you just love to hate turn up just in time to save the day, and it happens multiple times. You never know what you're going to get in the Dresden Files. And this is completely true of Harry Dresden himself. What he's going to bring to bear, you don't know. You simply don't know. All right, a 4th sign that you might not like the Dresden Files is if you prefer beets over onions. Really, think about it. You know, some people prefer beets, where the first taste is exactly what you're going to get the rest of the way through that side dish. Consistency, dependability, no subverting your expectations. You want beets, you're getting beets. You will be comfortable with that entire portion. So if that's you, forget about it. This amazing urban fantasy has so many layers, like an onion, and you keep peeling them back further and further. Layers to what Harry knows about his world, or realizes he doesn't actually know about his world. layers to what we learn about Harry, and he is likewise learning about himself, things he was clueless about. And you get down to layers, and below those are more layers, and then even more layers. Layers everywhere. So many. So oniony. Finally, number 5. If you like to finish a story, you might not want to pick up the Dresden Files, at least not yet, because the Dresden Files is not done, and it won't be for quite some time. There are 17 novels already in the series, plus numerous short stories, a couple novellas, and it's just delightful. All of it's rich, all of it's good, all of it ties together really nicely well, but it's not done, and wow, book 17 wallops you with some things, and now we're just waiting for more. Jim Butcher, the author, tells us to expect maybe 7 to 8 more books to finish the overall story arc that he has in mind. And that's good. I'm enjoying all of these, so keep them coming. But he also has not given us a date for when to expect the next book. He's working on other things. This he'll get back to. He knows we fans have been suckered in and are going to wait pretty much as long as it takes. So we can count on 7 to 8 more books. Who knows how many more companion tales, short stories, novellas that'll go with it. But it's going to be a while. Another 10 years? Who knows? Trust me, though. If you do like the Dresden Files, the wait's going to be worth it. Okay, there's my 5 simple reasons why you might not like the Dresden Files. But maybe what I said drew you in, so check them out, and if you enjoy them, let me know. And speaking of enjoying, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. We really appreciate those of you joining us here on the channel. We also appreciate your comments. If you got anything to say based upon what I said, put them down in the comment box. While you're there, look at the show notes. You'll find all the other ways you can interact with Zach and I on social media, an invitation to our Discord server. There's even a link for Patreon. If you're still listening at this point to the episode, you might want to check out our Patreon page and see how you can support us. For this show, as little as $1 a month, and you get some extra benefits right off the bat. Pay a little more, get a little more. That's how it works. We thank our fans, and yes, those of you who are already Patreon supporters, thank you so much. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.